the wild winds call. Jasper's walking, taking pictures of it all. Boots on the ground, heart in the sky, following the blazes, just a rambling guy. Through the valleys, over the hills, chasing that freedom, feeling the thrill. With every sunrise, he's finding his way, living the dream, one step a day. Trail named Jasper, walking on through, Bruce trail bound with a camera view, hiking the ridges, chasing the light. Like and subscribe, come follow his life.
Good morning, everybody. Day 2 on the Alfred Wainwright, coast to coast. 7 miles in, as you know. Wow, well, I slept like a baby. I did wake up a couple of times just because of heavy rain and high winds. But, you know, overall, I slept like a baby. 2 casualties so far in the first day. I put a big rip yesterday, if you can see this, in my Frog Togs Pro Light rain jacket. The wind blew me so hard against a farm fence that was topped with barbed wire, and it ripped a big chunk out of my rain jacket, which I used, of course, my tape that I carried on my trekking poles to repair. Secondly, I don't know why, it's been fine up to now, but my Thermarest air pillow holds hair for like an hour and it's completely flat after that. 2 casualties within the first 7 miles. If this keeps up, by the time we get to Robin Hood's Bay, 2 things. We'll have no gear or clothes left and we'll be bare-ass naked at this rate. Hey, breakfast this morning, 2 pouches of oatmeal. I wanted to mention something. Somebody did mention to me, a while back now, he says, I get the idea of the instant packs of oatmeal, but they're too sweet. I agree totally, but they're so convenient on trail. Pick a pack of the flavor you like. What do they have? Maple, sugar, cinnamon, apple. In this case, it's peach. And 1 pack, little pack, of regular. The regular has no sugar. Mix them together. Perfect. Taking my time. There is a reprieve in the rain right now. It's about 5:30ish, 5:45. I set my alarm for 5. We're going to finish off, pack up and hit the trail. It is supposed to improve a little bit today. By about 10 or 11 o'clock, it's supposed to be no more rain, so in the evening. And then it's just rain. For, the long distance is pretty much rain for like 10 days. It looks to me like most of this trail is going to be in the rain and the wind and the shit. Looks like. That had so much great weather through April and May here that, yeah, just had to start raining. I'm going to finish my breakfast. We'll talk to you down the trail. Well, coast to coast. Wow. Now this is an iconic landmark, if you will. We've seen it on all the videos, and the sculptor was Colin Telfer. Wow. Yup. We are heading into Morrow. Well, that's our next kind of port of call, but I don't know if there's anything there, not that it matters. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the plan for this morning and today. But first, I think this is a Kodak moment. Most definitely. So, as we're kind of approaching Morrow, we're on a quiet little country road. I guess this is referred to as a B road here in the UK.
And it's always interesting just to look around and reminiscence in a lot of cases of my childhood days, keeping in mind born and raised in the Empire. Oh, most definitely. But anyhow, having said that, a couple of things. I noticed there's an awful amount of trash just on the side of this road. I mean, on this walkway. Trash right next to me right now. There's constant trash. Empty beverage bottles, wrappers, papers, coffee cups, Starbucks mugs, this kind of thing. Just a lot of trash that you normally, in all truthfulness, you just don't see that on, you know, generally speaking, in communities, say within Canada, you just don't see that amount of trash. But yeah, that's one little thing. So today, well, from where we camped last night, I think it was around 7.5, maybe somewhere between 7 and 8 miles to, what's it called? Ennerdale Bridge, some community. And I'm thinking there, nice little coffee shop break, some kind of a little lunch maybe. That'd be nice. So it's around, I don't know, somewhere around 11.5 to 12.5 kilometers, just depending on what the exact distance was. From there, we push out of that community and make our way around Ennerdale Tarn. At the end of Ennerdale Tarn, we have a tenting option. All along the Tarn itself, there are apparently different areas where through hikers camp. But I'd need to go a little further, so get at least to the end of Ennerdale Tarn. Hopefully pass past that area though. And before we get to the Black Sail YMCH, which YHA, sorry, Youth Hostels Association. Before we get there, there's camping on the river, tenting areas for wild camping that other hikers are talking about on Far Out. I would stop at the youth hostel, but from what I understand, it's £72 for the evening. That's $140 Canadian. That's a ridiculous amount of money when on the Appalachian Trail I'm used to paying, you know, 25 or maybe 40 bucks. But anyhow, so I don't think we'll be staying at the hostel, although we might pop in there if we actually make it there today, although that would be a big push. So I don't know if we'll actually make it to the hostel, but we'll see. We'll just see how we make out today. That's the basic plan right now. Heading into community of Morrow. Looks like probably the school. Sure, it's a school because it looks just like my school when I was a boy in Leeds, Upper Wortley. Just the same. Okay. Let's just keep doing what we do. One more iconic landmark. Wainwrights, or Wainwrights Passage. Oh yeah, just one more iconic landmark. There are no markers. You see things like that and it tells you you're on trail. But since I've left the trail, the camp this morning, that's maybe 1.5 miles ago now, there's been, oh, now there's a post here, but this may be the first post of any kind. Does it tell me about where I'm going? Well, it says public footpath. I actually can't see because of the light. You may know that I have work done to my eyes, which I continue to do, and surgery and so on. My eyes are not what they used to be. Anyhow, very little marking. Apparently they're working on that, or have been working on it, but in all truthfulness, without the Far Out app, would be extremely difficult. Sure, I have the paper map too, and I have a compass, but without the far out app, it would be much slower and much more difficult to navigate. Okay, let's just continue on Wainwright Passage. St. Leonard's Church welcomes coast to coasters. Have a great walk. Wow. Well, I know they have or had inside there a honesty system set up like a little store for through hikers, and you just leave money in a box. It's a honesty box, and they've got like treats, chocolate bars and chips and whatever else is, and kettles for tea and coffee. But it's closed. I mean, the doors are locked right now. So I guess I'm just too early. We're just going to keep moving down the trail. See, I've seen a lot of these things on the YouTube videos from other hikers that have been before me. But what I don't know is actually where they all are, like that church, for instance, or that sign that said Wainwright Passage. I know they're there, but I had no idea where they were. There's other things coming up, and there's other honesty boxes coming up. It's kind of interesting. I will show you them. I've shown you them before on the West Island Way, but I will show you them here too. Okay, let's just keep doing it. You have to be ever vigilant for little signs like that. Sea to sea, coast to coast. Ever vigilant. You've got to watch closely as you walk. It's so easy to miss something like that. And these kind of confidence markers, directions, whatever you want to call them, are so few, far between, that you really don't want to miss anything. Okay. Okay. By the way, did you know in northern England we have palm trees? Did you know that? I just wanted you to know that. People go to Mexico, Cuba, Jamaica, all over, and see palm trees in the warm countries. Do you know we have palm trees in northern England? Just saying, just letting you know. The homes, gardens, the trail. Oh yeah, we have another sign coming up right here. Let's see, there's a river. We're going over a river. Now, another thing I've noticed, there's been lots of rain lately. But these rivers, well, hopefully it's just runoff from the rain, but they're dirty. We have to filter them well. What does all this say? Coast to coast path. All right. Looks like we're going ballistic, Mav. No, looks like we're going vertical, Mav. Yeah, that's the one. We've got a climb to do. I actually noticed too on the map, all the contour lines get very, very close together up here. So we've got a good climb ahead of us. Okay. Well, I think it's going to be time to drop a layer. I'll be doing that very shortly. Okay, so right now we are on a diversion. Trail is closed, and it looks like they've marked the diversion with some yellow kind of spray paint and maybe some arrows, yellow arrows. I hope the diversion is better marked than the actual trail. But anyhow, I get it. The trail goes up there. We're basically paralleling that trail. So we're going to go up here and we're going to make a right. We're going to reconnect with the trail. They did show a map, which I took a photo of. So let's see how this works out. I think it's possible this is Dent Hill then, because I noticed Dent Hill is closed. So this is probably Dent Hill that we're bypassing. Okay, let's go. So I have passed a couple of yellow markers. There's another one right ahead of me on the left. So it tells me I'm still on track of the detour. So it is marked. Almost, we could say, blazed with a yellow blaze. That's fine. The wind, well, it's backed right off compared to what it was yesterday. And right this minute, there's little spurts of blue here and there. Now, that's supposed to be the case for the remainder of this particular day. Until around, sometime after supper time-ish, I guess, according to the weather. Then we get into the rain again. And I think that's pretty much the way it's going to be, although today is the only day that they have sunshine in the forecast of any kind. The rest of the time it's either raining or it's not. Either way, it's going to be grey and cloudy for a lot, like many days. So I am down to my shorts now. Cars coming on this narrow road. We'll just stop and move over. Again, this is a little country B road. There are little areas. There's one ahead of me right here where just on the right it just widens a little bit, and that's for pulling over to let somebody else kind of come the other way. Yeah. Okay. So far so good. Let's just keep following the detour. So far it's marked. So far I'm confident that I am on the detour. I know we have to make a right turn, and I know we have to climb. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Just take a look. Just take a look around me. The low clouds mingling with those trees. Behind me, well, right now, looks like I'm leaving the brighter weather behind me. The trail, the diversion trail, I've just seen a yellow marker behind me. So I've seen several. It's too bad they don't mark the main trail the same way, because this has been relatively easy to follow. Yeah, so that would be great. But I guess there's a reason why they don't. I don't know. Maybe they just haven't thought about it. I don't know. Maybe if some authority from the Coast to Coast Trails sees my video, maybe they will think about it. I don't know that either. Either way, let's just keep hiking. So, at this point, just behind me was a little intersection, and it was indeed marked with its yellow marker. And I am now back on the official Coast to Coast. So we are no longer looking for yellow markers. And I just checked on the map. I've got 2.3 miles from where I jumped back on the Coast to Coast to Ennerdale Bridge. But I think what I'll do, what's that, about 4 kilometers or so, 3.5 maybe. So what I think I'll do though is I'm going to take a little break first at my next available kind of seating spot. Just take a little break, eat a granola bar and have a little electrolyte water, and then we'll continue into Ennerdale Bridge, where we'll, I guess, look at second breakfast, should we call it. It's about 9 a.m. at this time, and I believe I'm a total of 11.4 miles on trail total, which means we've done 4.4 miles so far today, or about, let's say, 6.5 kilometers, something like that. Okay, well, I think we've done more, only because the detour, I think, does put, I would say, a significant difference. I bet I've done about 6.5 kilometers. I think the detour definitely longer, but it was quicker insofar as it was on like a little B road, a lot of it. So you could, you know, get the best miles that you could possibly do, I guess, speed wise. Okay, let's find a little spot for break, and then we'll continue to Ennerdale Bridge.
We've made it to Annandale Bridge, the community, the beginning of the community. I found myself a super little sweet cafe. I have got, I'm going to show you. So this is I guess an Americano coffee with hot milk. Take a look at that bad boy. And a English bacon sandwich. This translates, the cost-wise was around £8 and change, so it's about 16 Canadian dollars. So not cheap. The coffee is delightful. I'm going to enjoy my break. There's a plug here, so I'm charging both my GoPro and my phone, again, free electricity. That helps me a lot. And I'm going to enjoy this, and then we're just going to bang on, heading down Alfred Wainwrights Coast to Coast Trail. This is good. I'll talk to you later.
With second breakfast, early lunch over, my Americano coffee with a hot milk in it on the side is excellent. My bacon bab or sandwich, known locally as a bab, was excellent. And chit-chatted with another couple hiking the coast to coast from Holland. All these people are heading to, the hot people from Holland, and then the two other ladies, they're all heading to Barrowdale, to the hostel there, where they have bunks and tenting and so on. But I think, for me, it's just a little too far, only because both of the last groups of people I've seen started just basically an hour ago on trail from a hostel and camping area that they all stayed at for the night. Of course, I didn't do that because I started later in the day yesterday. They all started yesterday morning. So I don't think I would make it to Barrowdale. Maybe I could. Depends on the terrain. I know I've got to go over A-stacks to do that. Okay, let's just keep to hiking. One thing that's working well for me is my fast charge system. I'd mentioned it before on other kind of videos. We talked about it, and maybe I will do a review of what I'm using for the battery pack, the wall block, and the charging cables. Maybe when we get back we might do a review video, but it's a 24,000 Anchor fast charge battery pack. Now that costs a little over $100 Canadian, and I bought a wall block that's a fast charge and a cable that's fast charge, and I probably have $175 maybe into that system. However, I find just now, for instance, I sat for 30 minutes maybe at the restaurant, coffee shop, cafe, plugged in my GoPro and my phone. My phone was at 60%. In that 20 minutes it went to 80%, and 30 minutes, sorry, it went to 80%, and my GoPro went back to fully charged. Really helps. Very fast. My old system, sure, it would work, but it would be a quarter of the amount of electricity in the same period of time. So yeah, that was also something that is working well. The backpack, well, we did that kind of early review video, which was the last video I posted, or yeah, probably the last one, before we started this particular hike. Anyhow, and it's doing fine. The more I'm using it, the more I'm actually liking it, and especially for the money. I'm not finding it any worse than my Hyperlite. But keep in mind, the Hyperlite was $603 Canadian. This was $119.99 Canadian. So yeah, So far, so good. With second breakfast, early lunch over, my Americano coffee with a hot milk in it on the side is excellent. My bacon bob or sandwich, known locally as a bob, was excellent. And chit-chatted with another couple hiking the coast to coast from Holland. All these people are heading to the hot people from Holland, and then the two other ladies, they're all heading to Barrowdale, to the hostel there, where they have bunks and tenting and so on. But I think, for me, it's just a little too far, only because both of the last groups of people I've seen started just basically an hour ago on trail from a hostel and camping area that they all stayed at for the night. Of course, I didn't do that because I started later in the day yesterday. They all started yesterday morning. So I don't think I would make it to Barrowdale. Maybe I could. Depends on the terrain. I know I've got to go over A-stacks to do that. Okay, let's just keep to hiking. From the community of Endale Bridge, the trail leading up to Endale Tarn is just a beautiful trail. Just look at this trail ahead of us, the nice tall forest of trees. Absolutely stunning. It's gorgeous. Vibrant green, no wonder with all the rain, but still absolutely gorgeous. Easy going, easy underfoot, can lug you miles right now. I think going around the tarn itself, or the water, the Endale water, I think that's a little more challenging. I think there's some rock scrambles and so on. But right now, it's just beautiful. Oh yeah, easy going. Beautiful walk. I get my first glimpse of the water ahead of me, way in the distance through the trees. Okay. And we really start to get a good look at the Lake District as we start to enter into the mountains, I believe the Cumbrian mountain range of the Lake District. So for the next, well, let's say 4 days, we're going to be up and over, up and over, up and over. Did I say up and over? Oh, a whole load of mountains. But right now, we're still on this beautiful approach trail. Gorgeous. The Endale YHA, Youth Hostel Association. So I was there for about 30-40 minutes. I had a cup of coffee. There's coffee and a bag of potato chips, and that was good. But there's just not a soul there, and there's nobody to speak to at all. So I wondered about a tenting spot or a possible bunk spot for the night, but to no avail, only because I just didn't see anybody, and it's around 2 o'clock-ish now. So I didn't want to wait for people to show up an hour from now just to tell me that they're booked out also for the night or something. So I decided just to enjoy my coffee. I filled up my water bottles. I have camp water now, and I thought I'd move on down the trail, heading towards the Black Sail youth hostel. Now, the Black Sail, I know, has no tenting. I know that, and it's extremely expensive, I believe. I think that one was £72. I think it was the one. But on Far Out, hikers are saying there is tenting on the river, wild camp tenting, before you get there. So I think I will push on and see about that. I don't know if I want to go past Black Sail. I know that when I do, I'm then going to be making a left turn and climbing up these mountains, and I'd rather do that in the morning. So yeah, although this says Annandale Barn, I wonder if this is the tenting area. Let me just check this out, because this might be the tenting area. And maybe there is people here, or someone here. I'll go see. So this is the Annandale Barn. The door there says the barn. It's locked. And again, I don't see anyone. I just don't know. I'm not sure if these are the tenting areas here. I don't know. Could be, which would be fine. You know what? Truly don't know. So, again, I guess I'm just going to keep moseying down the trail. Wild camp is fine. I just thought, shower would be okay. But that's fine. We'll get one eventually. I don't particularly need one. I'm not that bad. This is only day 2. Okay, let's just get to it. This is one of the new signs. Coast to Coast Path, Annandale Bridge, 7 miles behind me. Coast to Coast Path, Black Sail, 2 miles ahead of me. And if you go down that little trail, you do the Forest Loop route. Oh yeah, you do. The Forest Loop route. How do I know that? Well, the brand new sign tells me so. Have I just shown you a little bit of what's going on right now in Jasper's world? Just a little bit. Oh yeah. In here, we have a vegetable ramen noodle, a 4-ounce individual Spam pouch, 2 spoons of instant potato, and 1 little ketchup packet. Multigrain bagel. Hot, excuse me, hot cup of Ovaltine. 15 miles today for day 2 gives us a total of 20. Wait a minute. No. Sorry, 16 miles today gives us a total of 23 miles on trail. Yeah, that's excellent. Black Sail Hostel is just over there, just like a 0.1 of a kilometer, 0.1 of a mile over there. But we're wild camping. See my tent over there? There's my Big Agnes tiger wall. You see it right there? You probably see why for stealth camping I don't really like white. It just sticks out like a thumb saw. Or a sore thumb. But I do love the tent. It'll go through anything. I mean, really, it's been, it's had some heavy rains and high winds. Yeah, so we did good today, and it's early. We got here an hour ago, and I've been relaxing and so on, and right now it's about, it's pushing 5 o'clock. So we did good today. Tomorrow morning, within the first 20 minutes of starting trail, we start a huge climb. Nice
4 big climbs in the Lake District National Park, and we do the first one of those tomorrow. Midges. The midges are out, and they're biting like a bugger. And I tried my off spray, doesn't do anything, but I'm using one of the UK smidge creams. You just spray it onto your fingers or rub it on your face, and that works really well. In fact, it works better than anything we have in Canada, but then again, we don't have midges in Canada. We have mosquitoes and stuff, but if I use, say, off on for mosquitoes, it keeps them off for 20, 30, 40 minutes, and then they can come back again. Well, these midges haven't been bothering me since I put this cream on, which was like over an hour ago. So far, so good. Anyhow, I'm going to have my dinner. I'll talk to you before I go to bed. I'll show you on the map where we came today. But right now, I'm hungry. Okay, guys, so right here is where we camped last night. Today, we left our camp. We traveled through Morrow, Cleator, around to Ennerdale Bridge. Remember, in Ennerdale Bridge is where we had that beautiful bacon sandwich and coffee. We came to Ennerdale Water. We went around the top of Ennerdale Water, and we carried on. We walked all the way off the map through the side of the tent. Map B. Okay, map B. Right here. We carried on, and we stopped at the, I think it's called Gillerthwaite Field Center, and they were full. They got an organization that's booked their whole place for the night. We then carried on and stopped at the Ennerdale Youth Hostel. There was nobody there to be seen at all, but we did enjoy from the Honesty Box the coffee and potato chips. Then we continued all the way following the river to 0.1 of a mile before the Black Sail Hut, and that's where we are right now, camped, wild camped, right here by the river, right here. Tomorrow, well, tomorrow we have our first major climb right up here, because we right now are in the Ennerdale Valley, and tomorrow we have to climb out of the Ennerdale Valley to the top of the mountains, the pikes. You know what? I'm going to see all you guys tomorrow. I hope you're enjoying our little kind of map chats I try to put in each day, most days. We'll see. I'm going to try to. You all have a good night. Jasper, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.